Hey guys, Robbie. I got a special guest here to say something.
Greetings, this is Wonder Woman. You are watching Pros versus Noobs.
Actually, Wendy, that's supposed to be Pro teaches noobs. I know you like you like to do fighting and everything, but not everything's always.
And today, this is Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender. We're gonna teach you how pros do things. They do it better than their brother. They're about to celebrate becoming an only child.
Yeah, I hear you say that a lot, Azula.
Yeah, noobs are just twerps and they all need to go to bed. They sure are. I can't stand a noob. You know who's a noob? Billy from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I can't stand that guy. But he is my best friend, so whatever.
Oh, way to go, Mandy. So, yeah. What they said. Welcome to Pro Teaches Noobs. Hey guys, welcome to Pro Teaches Noobs. Do you have with me Jared?
You know, Robert, I'm feeling really blue today.
Oh, well, kind of ironic because we're doing some more Electric Blue Superman. The last time we went over it, we were seeing Jimmy getting put into a rough spot as he was about to reveal who is Superman. And not only did he chicken out, but we also find out he wasn't even close. Mm-hmm. Ironically enough, you remember?
Yeah.
And we're going back to Electric Blue, and it's still surprising me how good this is, and yet this has the reputation of being one of the worst Superman stories. Oh, it's like not even close.
First off, Superman has had really bad stories. I think you and I both know that. But the second thing is, like, you know what the problem is? Some Superman fans don't like any form of change whatsoever.
Agreed. Now, granted, it could also be a case where the timing of it in the 90s, all that stuff.
True.
And they were trying to market it as this was a permanent change. Yeah, right.
That's the thing. If they had not marketed as a permanent change, saying we're doing this for right now and then we'll go back to it, I don't think there would have been that much of a hatred for it.
But at the same time, though, you don't want to half-ass it either.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You want to make it so people think this is going to be permanent.
Yeah, but with comics, nothing's ever permanent.
No, hey, the test wasn't. Even Superman himself was saying, I know this is temporary.
Yeah, they had to make up the healing coma BS for that.
Oh, again, it wasn't really a healing coma. That's something that people have simplified since then. Mm-hmm. All they would keep on saying, in fact, not in this one, but in an upcoming episode, we'll have them summarize it to Mixie saying how, it was a unique set of circumstances. That's how they summarize it. They say a unique set of circumstances that can never happen again. Mm-hmm. Healing coma makes it seem like you can do it anytime they want. Mm-hmm. Which, to be fair, I mean, that is true. When you hear it that way, it's like, oh, does that mean he can never die? Like they made it clear? No. It was a one-time deal. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we start off with Man of Tomorrow, which was the quarterly book. Where basically, because they realized there would be some weeks where we would have a fifth week, they decided, we're going to always, up until this point, they would always skip that week. But they're like, no, wait, why don't we have a book that actually fills in that quarterly? Mm-hmm. And thus, we would have this one, where Roger Stern would be still working on the books, but like I said, in a quarterly fashion. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at all the different outfits here.
Wow. That's a lot of McFarlane action figures.
Yep. Including one we've been over before.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Kryptonian.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Following the dramatic pre-trial hearing in which all charges were dropped. Oh, yeah. Remember how they dropped Lex's trial?
Okay, yeah.
Remember that? How they had a fake clone? And I still feel bad for his lawyer. His lawyer was a legitimately good guy, and he just found out, oh my God, I basically was being the lawyer of the station like everyone claimed. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Superman changes. Get back, Martha. There's someone in Clark's room. Son, they all wanted a piece of me, Pa. Everybody had something they wanted me to do, to say, to sell. They better start at the beginning, Clark. Well, yesterday, as we get a nice summary of everything, I know, and then, I see what you mean. Hey, just hold your horses there. One side. All of a sudden, I'm a public figure. I know how to deal with this. I think I do. Come on, son. We need to come up with a way for you to hide in plain sight. Well, Ma, how's it coming? But then look what he's holding instead.
Ah, yes.
Remember, back then, it was just an S. Nothing else.
It wasn't a House of L logo.
Nope, none of that. That didn't come about until, I mean, that was teased at in the Reeves movie, but nothing ever really went off of it. But it was, it didn't become anything that way in the comics until Wade.
Okay.
That's just perfect. Let's have it on. The whole thing works fine, Ma. It's exactly the symbolic look I wanted. Now I could use my powers in public as Superman and still have a private life as Clark Kent. I know. I think a trio like that, even though it's the new suit and everything. And Jonathan, what? You fell asleep in front of the television again. Yes, I did. Woo-wee! Just had the dangest dream, Martha, about our helping Clark create his Superman identity. But everything was haywire. Well, no wonder. Dozing off with the news on, that'd be enough to give anyone nightmares. Following weeks of Superman and rumor and speculation about Superman striking change, that wasn't a nightmare, Martha. I flew with him. I really flew. Look at him go. Even with a new outfit, a new set of powers, there's no stopping that boy of ours. Thank heaven Justice League business took me over Ohio. Otherwise, I might not have learned of this flood until it was too late to help. Because remember, he doesn't have super hearing anymore. Changing the course of a mighty river is dicey under the best of circumstances. It'll be even trickier turning things with an electromagnetic field. But I have to try. Help! Where? So they're not that far. There! Could hardly hear them over the roar of the waters. Again, that's the other thing to like. His powers are, it's a different power set. Completely different. I mean, what do you say about the fact that he doesn't have his super hearing anymore? They're playing off on that.
It's cool to, at least they acknowledge it. That would be one thing if they like, because I've seen in comics where they give him a new costume and power set, but he still has his other powers. No, they at least took it away.
They took it away. And again, he has to figure out different ways of using his powers. He can't just simply, like you said, change the course of mighty rivers that easily.
No. He could try to.
Yeah, but for example, yes, he can go in the water, but if anyone's in there, going to be fried. Because it's electricity and water don't mix. But fortunately, that should be enough. Careful now. Keep that EM field constant. You want to lift the car, not crush it. And that's another thing. He's using a field to replace his strings, but that means that he has to still be concentrating. Again, I love little details like that. Hello? Do you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, my AirPods keep going out. Hang on.
Okay. But like I said, just again. But to be fair, though, it was also notorious that they were just winging this. Like I said, for winging it, they did a good job.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I hope no one inside has a pacemaker. Ha! I'm scared? Not anymore. Can never thank you enough. I don't care what the tabloids say. I know you're the real Superman. Yeah, who says clothes make the man? Just glad I could help. That's what this is, and that's what it's all about. Do whatever you can, as best you can, to help those around you, no matter your own circumstances. That's what Paul used to say. Certainly, that's how he always lived his own life. I love that. That sums up Superman right there, isn't it? Do whatever you can, as best you can, to help those around you, no matter your own circumstances. That's why I love that type of advice from Paul.
Yeah,
yep.
I love that.
Yep. Well, Paul, I've been doing my best. Can't be easy adjusting to this whole new set of powers, but that boy's always been one to roll with the punches. That's the Kent in him. Oh, listen to me. You think he was our own flesh and blood. Yep. I'll never forget the day we found him. Again, using this as a summary of things. But I gotta say, for this being like a catch-up book for anyone who's just joining in, I think this is a good one. Would you agree with that? Like, this is a nice summarizing. They're just reminiscing of things, and like I said, I still like the artwork on Martha and Jonathan. How they're sure they're old, but not that old. They're not Crypt Keeper like people like Steve Ditko used to draw at May.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can believe they're still alive after all this time. Because it always bothers me when you see some artists draw them. You're like, how are they still alive?
I know, right?
Yep. It was as if the good and Lord had given us a son, and what a son! Yeah, we don't need to go over all of this, but yeah, we just get a nice summary of everything with Superman. Even everything was Jor-El arriving towards him, and everything. I cherish the memory of the Krypton he left me, but Earth will always be my real home, and you're my real parents. I think that's a better way of putting it than Byrne ever did.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? As opposed to, because that was one thing I hated with the whole, I know all this details, but it's meaningless. Now, at the same time, I get what Byrne was going for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a tightrope. Can we agree to that? It's a tightrope.
Yeah, you need to walk it. And to be clear, they've gone back and forth.
Exactly.
Both sides, and to varying degrees of like success, but you have to figure out a way to have them respect one but not crap on the other.
Exactly. And I'll say this, I don't think Byrne's intent was to crap on Krypton. I think at the same, and also I can say this, I've said it before, given how too far the other way pre-Christ Superman was, it makes sense at the time. Looking back on it, it feels a bit too one-sided, but you get why he did it. Because like I said, pre-crisis, too far the other way. Far the other way, where it was like, was Clark Kent even real? Mm-hmm. Some writers had it be he was, but for the most part, they always saw him as who disguised as Clark Kent, meaning Clark Kent wasn't even real. And unless it was a Superboy story, no one gave a damn about Ma and Pa. It was Jor-El and Laura that was more important. Mm-hmm. And that always bothered me still. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the whole point of all this issue this summer. Look, we even get the Pocket Zoners. We got to go over that story one day.
That'd be fun. I'm down for that.
The Pocket Zoner story. This is where we find out then what happened. This is him dressed up as Gangbuster. Okay. After he killed the Phantom Zoners. This was what he did subconsciously at night. No powers, just beating up people hard like Batman. Mm-hmm. And then this is where he wore when he went into exile into space, complete with a breathing mask. Oh, and then there's the exile suit. Look at that.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
The barbarian suit.
Yeah.
There's another event we should go over.
I can see where Johnson got inspiration for the Warworld suit.
Definitely. We see that once he came back and everything. Matrix made him a new. This is when Matrix went a little haywire. Mm-hmm. She tried to fill it for Superman, and then thought she actually was Superman. Poor girl.
Wasn't that like followed up in Panic in the Sky?
Yes.
I knew that. Okay, that's what that was.
Yep. And then there's we went over the eradication story. Then there's the crisis of the Crimson Kryptonite, and then when he had to do other abilities and all that, like all these suits were real. And there's a point when he went through time and he actually was a strong man. Mm-hmm. Doomsday, of course.
Oh yeah.
I always loved that when Jonathan collapsed, it was the exact same pose. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah. That works good as like homaging.
Yep. There's the Superman Doomsday outfit. You love that one, remember?
Yes.
This is when Superman's power was overloading, and then thanks to...
In other words, Hulk Superman.
Yep, but thanks to Parasite, he was able to drain it. Mm-hmm. They mentioned, of course, Death of Clark Kent with Conduit. There's them splitting, and then there's the wedding, and then there's where we currently are at. Mm-hmm. Yep, and then Clark, sorry to sneak in this way, but I thought I'd drop by, but I wanted to make sure you didn't have company before I showed myself. Well, you surely know how to make an entrance. Come give us a hug. That is, if you're safe to touch. Oh, I'm safe, Ma, but not all that tangible. So let me phase into something more solid. Oh my. Exactly how do you do that summary of all that? Our son, yes, but you're Superman to the world. I know it does no good to worry, but I can't help it. As long as you're Superman, keeping your life out of an even keel won't ever be easy. It's like some never-ending battle. I love that as a summary.
Yeah, I like that.
Now here's where we're getting into. You remember the Mainframe group? Remember that those weird group of aliens?
Yeah.
We're beating up with them, and this takes place during Genesis. Mm-hmm. John Byrne's stupid event where it revealed that the source was really truly the source of all superpowers.
Wow.
The Green Lantern, the Speed Force, everything came from the source.
Oh my gosh.
Stupid, right?
Yeah, that's very stupid.
That's an event I'd love to go over. Maybe with Pika at some point, but yeah, it was just like, what? Mm-hmm. They are menaced by the Mainframe. Is everybody in the world simultaneously losing their mind? I don't know. We might be crazy to be at the planet this late. It doesn't mean the whole world is, Lois. Scoff if you want, but this email from Australia, it's weird. An Aboriginal elder is not only predicting the end of the world, his tribe is honored to be participating in it. The native Australians traditionally have a more holistic attitude towards time, Clark. Seems like they'd be the last ones to be caught up in the Millennium Fever. When the meteor struck Australia during the Precambrian, that must have seemed like the end of the world too. To the amoebas, maybe. There weren't any people alive then. Heck, sponges hadn't even involved. Wait a minute. What meteor? What are you talking about, Clark? Huh? Clark, if you're doing that, I want you to stop right now. Stop. What? Did you see? See what? I thought I saw it for a moment there. I thought... That's impossible. I must have fallen asleep. Maybe I've been working too hard. I'm going home. But Allie never thinks she's working too hard. Maybe the Millennium has arrived after all. Come on, Clark, up to the roof. We need to talk. He wasn't even focused. Mm-hmm. You know one thing I always liked about was Allie. There was a story that was revealed. She was homeless and literally living at the planet. Mm-hmm. That was an important story for her character, revealing just how much important she was to Clark and Lois. Because they had no idea. They took everything she did for granted. They just kept thinking she was always an up and early type of person.
Superman books are like Game of Thrones. There's too many characters to keep track of.
Well, to be fair, she doesn't get that much focus, but that was one of the important ones. Mm-hmm. But I always liked that idea that she was just homeless, but you never would have thought about it. Again, everyone took her for granted, thought she was an up, early in the morning, early to rise type person. And then when they found out the truth, like, oh, Allie. Mm-hmm. And for an instant, it was right there on the screen. Now it's gone. What's gone, Override? The reality of Event Horizon shifted momentarily, bringing the elsewhere and here. But now, you said we're experiencing a general field disturbance, boss. That might account for... No, that shift went beyond the general. Perhaps my experiments in quantum cosmology have created a metahuman resonance. Output, can you pinpoint its origin? You remember these guys right from the last time? This weirdo aliens. Unfortunately, this will be their only appearance then.
Yeah.
But I love their designs. Just, it's 90s. But at the same time, I can see them plucking them up to current day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like one of those 90s, but not too 90s. Is that a good way of putting it?
It's bordering, but you can get away with it.
Exactly. Like I said, you look like this is what it's 90s aesthetics, but with again, you could still have this anywhere. Like this chick, for example. I can still see that working nowadays. Mm-hmm. Or this guy with a monitor face. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, honestly, yeah, I could see any of these characters showing up in like the Williamson run, if you say.
Yeah. Under some circumstances, when I'm in my energy farm, I'm able to reinterpret information directly from a computer. Maybe I inadvertently did that and manifested it somehow. Maybe, except you weren't in your energy form when it happened. What worries me more, you didn't know you were doing it. Thank goodness Allie thought she was dreaming. I must be more tired than I thought. Maybe I should take my vacation days. All of them. Lie under a palm tree and let the planet get along without me. Hey, look down there. Woman just left the building. 10-1, she's our door babe. Uh-oh! Bellied, wait, we don't know. Oh, poo. We know enough to check her out. Last one to reach her gives bit and bite their oil bath. Okay, babe, and do your thing. No! Okay, so that's the reason why Allie saw, because that way you get a mistaken identity.
There you go.
Because they were there at the same time it happened. Cause below, there's trouble. If she's our doorman, she's not on the job now. Only one way to find out. Come on, girl. We're heading back to. She fainted and gets the Beauty and Beast scenario didn't ring her and chime. Drop her, Scareware. Superman. Don't worry, I've got Alpha. Don't. Oh, come on. Would you look at this? Superman Alpha both seem immobilized. Boss, help us out here. What are we seeing? And what do we do now? And that is a window to the it's basically a dimensional window and all that. They want to use him to get back. And oh boy, I remember you liked this guy saying he looked Darkseid-like.
Yeah, he does kind of.
Like a techno Darkseid.
Yeah.
So I love it. They're all talking about their own stuff, like Scareware and Bod. What is it, Big Blue? Aren't you happy to see us? I hadn't planned to trap you so soon, but you presented me with an unparalleled opportunity. I can't phase through the wall for research that should enhance our certain personal project, or energize my way out, or crack this thing apart with my force field. I am trapped. Now that you have tested my resolve, let us begin. And oh boy, Jimmy's going through Star Labs and what the dinosaurs? Remember, Jimmy's on the run after everyone from Inner Gang wants him because they figured he must know about Superman. Amazing! What a little
pal.
What?
He is Superman's pal.
Well, that, but also the fiasco he did back in Adventures 500.
Oh, you mean the one where
he said,
I know who he is?
Yep, that's why they think, we must still know.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because then we know he was wrong. He truly thought it was Colin Thornton.
All right, there you go.
Because he was at least not entirely wrong. There is nothing special about Thornton just not being Superman. He was Satanist. Now look, Dabney Donovan, the clone master of Cadmus. And Donovan, and the gang's lucky to have you. Hope this hog has off-road capabilities. Ulsa's coming. I'll deal with him. You stop the monster. Stop them? You're kidding, sir. You're kidding. Though a fire blast might. Basically they're dealing with a whole bunch. What happened? Where's Olsen? Forget Olsen. As to what happened, I need a tissue sample. Dr. Thompson, these aren't ours. It's like, just drop them and bind them. We'll sort them out later. With half of Star's detainees switching powers and breaking free, that's reference again to Genesis. Powers are going haywire. Superman, and somehow, Superman, you have gained the power to intersect editorial fields. It's where space and time traverse. And a single quantum leap create a visible event horizon, a window into another dimension. You are apparently guided in your choice of dimensions by external cues, a theory we will test. Blah, blah, blah. This is a little overly complicated. But they're trying to do what they can with what they had in mind and still play it into Genesis, of course.
Yeah.
Yep. And back then, she goes through and then back already, but I was gone the longest time, wasn't I? Override. It was awesome. I became movement. There was no here in there. No point. That's all very well, Bod, but did you get my string? I think if I can travel here and still be what it was, what do you need it for? The string will facilitate instantaneous transfer of data. String theory, in other words. The beings in this dimension possess a control chip that allows them to activate in hive-like harmony. I need a copy of that replicant form. He wants to control these beings. We can't have that.
Nope.
Yep. Oh, there's Scorn with Bibbo. Look at Bibbo wearing the new shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
Parasite had no idea who the other guy is. Scorn thinks he may have had too much beer. There ain't hallucination, Scorn, if that's what you're worried and what's worrying you. Perfect guy looks like the Parasite, but he's supposed to be locked up at Star Labs, and he don't shoot optic blast neither. Hey, stuff changes, Wimp. Not bad, not. It's Scorn's turn. Parasite go flying, huh, Puff? Like he'd been hit by a ton of bricks. And take that, you moron. Moon Hyman feels good and to hit something and not have to hold back. And it's your lucky day, Bippo, because there's a lot more of these guys coming from. You know, Doc, all this blasting makes me kind of drained. I could use some energy, which I can now siphon directly from the objects around me. Except I feel too full now. Chest hurts, like maybe I gotta. And again, we're just jumping around. So again, powers have gone wacky. I do like that idea of Genesis. Powers going, like randomized.
Yeah, because again, it plays with the idea with Superman that one of the ways that you...
Well, not just him, but everyone.
Yeah, everyone. In like Superman stories, one of the ways you make these really god-tier characters like relatable is you mess with and or take away their powers.
Exactly. But yeah, they're opening up the portal. Blast, what is he up to now? Boss, he's gone. But where? The only place he could go. Out the dimensional window. And he's shut it from behind, from the other side. My stabilizer is still working, amplifying his thought, turning his vision into reality. Alpha, turn it off before too late. I'm back. These windows can be opened from either side if you have the knack. As long as they remain intangible, these creatures can't touch me. I see you're not so lucky. All of the creatures followed him. Gone. All gone. And we're gone. With the stabilizer destroyed, the window closed, leaving Mainframe trapped on the other side. Wherever I will no doubt have time to do plenty of in-depth research. A bit extreme for Superman, but it was the only other way. Like, he was so trapped in there, the only other way out would have meant these guys follow through and sick him on override. Again, a bit extreme, but again, if it can't be helped, it can't be helped.
Yeah.
It's not like these guys are killing them, they're just dragging them.
But it's like Superman with Zod and Man of Steel. It's like he literally had no other option.
Yeah, like I said, at least he knows. If this would have killed them, he would not have taken it. I'm pretty sure. In this case, if they had killed him, he knows they're not going to kill him.
Again, wait. Let's examine this real quick. So, in these same circumstances, but doing what he just did would kill them, you're telling me he wouldn't do that?
I don't think the writers would have not written it. He would have avoided that if he knew it have resulted in death. There's still at that point, post, what happened to the Phantom Zoners, where he would never take that option. But if he knows it's not going to kill them, he could take it. It might be a bit extreme, but he knows it's not going to kill him.
Okay, I see. I'm fine with that. That's cool.
Yeah, because by this point the writers would never put him in that. Would have it be no? They're going to these things would shred them to pieces. But since he knows they just be captured, it's fine. Again, a little extreme, but not that extreme.
Yeah.
But Thompson, Star has a real problem holding on to its guests. So in other words, even Star Labs no different than Arkham.
Yeah, I love that.
Thanks, Scorn with the parasite in the suspension net. Star can take it from here. Scorn keeps sprouting armor. Seems stronger too. At least that power switch stuff working for us this time. Other creatures. Superman, we could show you some help. Take your pick, Superman. There's plenty of these dudes to go around. So yeah, but notice, me too. We was wrong, Bibbo. You're tough for a cow, but not as tough as Superman. Friends mad cause you gave up championship like Scorn give up Superman shield. Yeah, but even if folks don't understand, you still got to do what you think is right. Because being toughest guy means being tough as on self. I'm drinking at the Ace of Clubs. Come on over, O'Kelly. I'll buy you as a beer. And I touch some implement inspired by another dimension and tap into that dimension. Doesn't seem to be happening now, though. Ability must have disappeared with the destruction of Override Stabilizer. Maybe, but something else may be involved. The kind of power shift that affected you seems to be striking metahumans worldwide. Mainframe wasn't affected. They were cyborgs. Maybe Beeper busy night. Yeah, a robot running amok near the museum? We're on our way. I have what I require. All now I need is to get home. And then the people of Metropolis will reach their cyber potential. Uh-oh! So he gave him what he wanted!
Mm-hmm.
Too bad they never followed up on this at all.
Yeah.
Such a shame. If I was a writer, I would actually tap into it, but of course I do a whole issue summarizing it. Because this whole cyber potential, not a bad idea, even nowadays.
Yeah, it's not.
But yeah, then this is where we have Jurgens doing a two-parter story.
Mm-hmm.
With Cyborg Superman, but to be fair, it makes sense given how the last time we saw Cyborg Superman was on
Force Wall.
Yes, remember he was left on New Genesis during Superman during the first Superman Doomsday mini.
Okay, and by the way, that is a strange Cyborg Superman design.
Oh, that was his design that he gained that during Superman Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
This was meant to be his way of still being Cyborg Superman, but without embracing the Superman design. And this will be his outfit for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the fates have spoken. You have made your choices, fully knowing that some will live and some will die. I salute your courage. Peachy, Highfather. Wow, can't believe someone's actually called Highfather. But yeah, we drew straws for the suicide mission of yours, and we're ready to go. The chances for success are nigh to non-existent. Truth be told, none of us will likely see tomorrow. I don't like this at all, Highfather. Drawing straws is no way to decide who's best suited for a mission. Gee, you're a real laugh riot, you know. Talk amongst yourselves. Discuss, should we draw straws for a suicide mission or toss a coin? Quiet, Bart. This is no place for your usual flippancy. Up and look, there's Jurgens Titans!
Mm-hmm.
So of course he's using them. Your nobility and wise words ring true. By the source! Highfather, is everything all right? Physically, I am fine, but everything is far from all right. I had a sudden awareness, a burst of instinct that told me something's amiss at the wall. You mean the wall? What wall is this? It summarizes about the source wall.
Mm-hmm.
Why it's so important. They have to go over there because something has ripped a hole in it.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that the source is blah blah sums up all that. Lead the way, Superman. You're the boss. Maybe so, but I'm no employee. Shut up, you bonehead. That's Superman. We must first respond to the specific threat faster than thought itself. Yes, sir, Highfather, sir. Just tell me what to do and where to go. Respect, Bart, respect. Sorry, Impulse, but I think I'm better suited for this job. Oh, yeah, well, enough. You can get to the wall instantaneously, Superman. With these new powers of mine, yes. No offense, Superman, but I believe I'm still faster than you. Light Ray speaks the truth, so Superman would be quite suitable with the aid of a mother box and my Mobius chair. You surprised me, Metron. I should think you would want to reserve this task for one of the new gods. I, too, detected disturbance within the wall, Highfather. Superman is the more appropriate choice. Sorry, time to go. If I don't come back, Supergirl, you know who to talk to. Talk to them yourself, Superman. You'll make it back. Transport there. So all this is a build-up to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is this National Superman Devotion Day or what? I mean, I'd be brave too if I could phase an atom bomb through my butt. What? What'd I say? Look at everyone glare at him!
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Like, what'd I say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then poor Jimmy's still on the road. Look, it's him, Mr. Action. Uh-oh. Sweet. Old Jimmy Olsen could set up to hide and end up stumbling into a scout jamboree. It is him. Yeah, the hose head who promised a big Superman expose and end up saying zip. Boys to the next scoop. Uh-oh. Boy Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
Only problem is, where do I go from here? Poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
Who could be at this hour? Clark? Sorry, Lois, it's Perry. Listen, I want you to write a column covering Olsen's attempt to reveal Superman's secret identity. What was that kid thinking? Everybody knows a man with Superman's responsibility can't possibly have another life as a normal human. Okay, I do like Perry having a similar mindset to Lex, but for the completely different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
No, because that's right. True, right? Even Lex couldn't believe it, but he feels no one would ever do that. Whereas Perry thinks more altruistic reason. I like that. I don't think we've ever heard that from Perry before.
No.
But that is a good one. He thinks has too much responsibilities that he can't possibly have another life.
Yeah.
Not when he's running off to save the world every 3 seconds. Besides, he's blue. He'd be recognized in public. By Godfrey, even if he had a disguise, I'd recognize him in a minute. Whatever you say, Perry. Whatever you say. That is cute, though, isn't it? I hated leaving everyone in the lurch that way, but I can't shake the feeling that this disturbance at the wall is serious. And, just man, look at that artwork.
Oh, yeah. I freaking love whenever the source wall is depicted.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool. Even though it's kind of funny. I love how many times Darkseid has been put there, but he just gets out.
Yep.
Darkseid.
At least in Superman Batman, they explained how he got out.
Yeah. At least you give me some explanation.
Others don't.
And wasn't it Morrison that in his own head, he's like, oh yeah, the Marvel Universe is on the other side of that?
I think that was a joke. I think he was being sarcastic.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, amazing. I've never seen anything like that. There's the hole!
Mm-hmm.
And, technically, the wall is technology!
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what that means?
Oh, okay, you know what? That is extremely cool.
Yeah,
I did not see that. That's true. That is really cool.
He's taking control. This is right up there with Black Hand. We're bringing all of them back from the dead.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Seriously,
I never thought of that.
Yeah, it's both cases. It's technically technology, and everyone that's bonded to it becomes part of the wall, and they're technically dead.
Mm-hmm.
Both cases of people doing something interesting with the wall that I don't think anyone ever thought of.
Mm-hmm.
But then the chunks of the wall surround him, and up we see all like images, human no less, dreams or long forgotten memories. The people seem eerily familiar, but I can't place them. My memories, Superman. Your chance to get to know me up close and personal. You, Henshaw, the cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, it was 550. That was the Adventures of issue. Just a little correction when we went over that. But I had this issue for the longest time. I had no idea what happened before or afterwards.
That's so cool. I love that cover.
Yep. And good to see you again, old friend. Welcome to my world. It's been far too long since we had a chance to chat, Superman. You are still Superman, are you not? Hard to tell with that new look of yours, but you appear to be somewhat less than human. Cyborg! You're supposed to be dead. Green Lantern himself told me that. Oh, I take back. This isn't right after that. There was a Green Lantern bit that happened in between, but this is the first time Superman has dealt with him since Superman Doomsday.
Yeah, but I'm still reeling from. Okay, was it Jurgens that wrote the Source Wall coming alive? As much as I don't like Jurgens.
That is Jurgens coming up with this idea.
As much as I don't like Jurgens, as you know, that is freaking genius.
Exactly. Of course, Cyborg Superman could take control of it.
Yeah, of course.
Even if it's rock, it's still technological rock.
It's space rock, so you can get away with that. But
be honest though. Which is more exciting, this or Blackhand bringing the dead back during Vendetti's
I gotta be honest, this, because the sheer amount of power that, with the Source Wall, all of a sudden the Source Wall itself comes alive. No, that is freaking dope.
It is. This is my turf, Superman. My rules in a chamber under my control. You control the wall? Hardly. Such control. Oh, wait a minute. Controls beyond everyone's ability. So, in other words, he didn't control the entire wall, just small pieces of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh, okay, but still, it's okay. So it's not because obviously, if he could control the entire wall, Superman's dead. So
yeah, but there's no way even he could control the entire wall. That's too vast.
He's not that powerful.
But still,
I like this. They give him a badass god tier power, but they limit it a little bit, so it's not like okay, so he could pretty much kill the entire DC universe at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think they realize as well, him controlling chunks of it makes sense. If he controlled the whole thing, he could just bring the whole wall down, and then they'd all be screwed. But he's not the main part of the event, so they can't.
Yeah, okay. Now, that's actually a cool idea for a DC event. The whole source wall comes alive.
Yep. When that Jordan fellow thought he killed me, I actually transmitted my consciousness into the wall. As I can master machinery, so did I learn to master the small portion that which held my consciousness. So you built a shrine to your former life. How long can you live among artificial? My memories are as legitimate as yours. More so. At least I was born on Earth to human parents. You're an alien stranger, and you're growing stranger still. I gotta say, I also do like him of all people basically calling him out saying his new powers make him more alien.
That is true. That is interesting.
No one did that until now.
So it's kind of funny.
He is more alien.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he doesn't even get his powers from the human sun anymore.
I think that's up in the air. I think there is to a degree, just not as much.
If they play with that, it's even more detached from Earth, because at least when he was regular, he still got his powers from Earth's sun.
Yep, look at you. You're a blue light held in shape like a containment suit. Without it, you'd be nothing. Do you dare presume yourself to be more human than me? I've never thought that, Henshaw. Your mind is twisting itself so much that you can't separate reality from fiction. Quite the opposite, alien. An interesting aspect of being part computer is that one's memories are filed with absolute clarity. From birth to this very moment, I remember everything with absolute precision. Mm-hmm. Like I just realized this isn't merely a shrine to your life. This cave is your mind come alive. It's like I'm inside your head. Yes, as this is the hell I deal with every day. Memories of a normal life of my. Oh damn! I feel bad that if he can remember everything with absolute clarity, that makes it more tragic. Still doesn't negate his actions. But you feel bad.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, because he says like a computer. He has absolute clarity now.
God damn, that is bad. Bad in a good way.
Yep, the wondrous simple joys of a hike in the woods and crisp mountain air, the exhilarating feeling of a first kiss. These are the building blocks of a normal life, and they are all feelings I'll never ever experience again. When I touch, I do not feel. The sweetest aromas have been reduced. No, I gotta say this that explains so much why Jeff Johns established why he has a death wish. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to live like this, would you?
Yeah. No. No
one should. This is a torture just to live. Mm-hmm. And yet he can't die. Mm-hmm. Even when I touch, I do not feel. I have been reduced to numerical equations of input data. You did this to me, and you must pay. I didn't turn you into a cyborg, Henshaw. It was an accident. You need someone to blame, and you can't take it yourself. So you've made me the object of your hate. Are you saying my wedding day is not real? That my dear beloved Terry was a figment of my imagination? No. That when the four of us were aboard the Excalibur, we weren't struck by strange radiation, that our ship didn't crash, that we weren't turned into freaks, that the radiation didn't ultimately kill us. Worst of all, you could have saved us, but you didn't because you were afraid of the wonders we have become. I did everything possible to save your lives, Henshaw, but there are some things even I can't accomplish, and for that, I'm sorry. Terry initially. So again, we're getting a summary of him, but again, in this context, it makes sense.
Yeah.
He's reliving all these moments again and again. Mm-hmm. Now that I'll never forget you for costing me my wife, my life, everything. All I want to do is be a normal human with a normal life, and you won't even let me have that. You've murdered millions, Henshaw. The very least you deserve is prison. A world of your own making would be a fitting one. But eventually, you'd grow restless and leave. Still, there's a threat to the universe far greater than you, Cyborg. I'll be back. You think you can walk away from me? I've waited a long time for someone to come to the wall and provide me with the transport out of here. Never in my wildest dreams did I believe it would be you. Henshaw is sick and deadly as they come. I'll post warnings around the area to interlac to make sure no one ever comes near him. That should work for the time being. So he thinks, I can get away, but look at this.
Oh, there's so many.
I may not be able to escape my prison, but I can certainly extend it. The rubble I'm living in comes from the wall, which contains ample portion of its own unique circuit pattern. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter, Henshaw. You're not hitching a ride on me.
So cool how they're coming out of the sphere.
Yeah! The source, the ultimate prize. Should anyone actually tap into its energy, I have to stop him. Seal the breach before it opens too wide for me to handle. It sounds like Mother Box also wants me to prevent the cyborg from coming in contact with the source at any cost. Oh, look at this! Now, I know I'll point it out at the end, but there's something that I think Superman's constantly forgetting about, but we'll get to it.
That looks kind of like in the Matrix when Agent Smith resorbed Neo.
Or when the metal was around him from the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh boy, again, poor Jimmy. Mm-hmm. It looks like Lois's column criticizing me for threatening to expose Superman's ID, and I deserve every bit of it. How could I have been such a rat? James Olsen sank to a new level of irresponsibility on his broadcast. He weighed the work Superman has done against his short-term ratings gain and decided that his was the greater good. Still, why credit to malice what can be explained by ignorance? Mr. Olsen has truly no idea who Superman might be. You're wrong about that one, Lois. I know for a fact that Superman is Colin Sorted. Still, Lois took it pretty easy on me. She could have ripped me to shreds if she wanted. Now, she can't get those inner gang guys to buy her theory. Her column might even save my life. Hopefully. On. But still fighting it. But then what does he do? He expands his energy to break it, grow his way out.
That's dope. I love that.
Yep, this can't be. Not when I'm so close. The breach is growing. Priority was to seal it up. So he forms that sphere into his head and then fills it in.
Oh, wow.
But then he takes off Mother Box, thinking it might container. But when they took it there, nope, not in there. But, Superman's forgetting one thing that's around him that is technology, right? His suit!
That's dope.
He forgot his suit has Kryptonian technologies in the white parts.
Oh, boy. That is so cool how the little circuit board makes a cyborg Superman skull, but because it's in there, that's a cool way of visualizing it. Exactly,
but I can't, it's so funny. Superman's so used to it being a fabric costume that he's not even considering it. Mm-hmm. Now we're getting past the Genesis stuff. Genesis goes on, gets wrapped up. Good, we're done with it. Wake up, Metropolis! Eddie Lash, the voice of treason, is speaking. Is taking you into tomorrow, and it's 11:58 KLX time. Weather report: no more freaking rain. 4 weeks of anything is and no more freaking rain. 4 weeks is enough of anything is enough. Oh, geez, 4 weeks of rain. Only in a fictional universe is that possible.
Yeah, because that'll be flooding like crazy.
Well, I think that my guess is it's constantly like up and down, but it's still rain.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on the hair. Bad enough when it was long. And if he don't like it, he can email my toaster. Mm-hmm. All right, Mom, I just saw Superman. That's nice. Did he tell you it was okay to stay up till midnight on a school night? And what did I tell you about that radio? Come on, Superman. Where you been hiding? Can't you tell we miss you? Well, I made it home. Okay, yeah, this is what we get about the summary. Like, stranger still that the cyborg, a being that with no regard for any life, should consider me unworthy to protect him. He's lost by the Promethean wall now, and I have no more precious thing that matters. Namely one, Lois Lane. Superman can wax poetic atop the city spire, but Clark Kent still needs to get home to the hearth and wife. So Earth didn't stop revolving while the gods struggle for ultimate power. The God wave has passed, but hundreds of new metahumans may have been triggered by that in that crisis. And there's no telling what the future may. Good Lord! That truck can't stop on the slick street. Crazy! Look out, you crazy! Runners disappeared, but where? The truck's still a danger. I can avert a panic situation, whip up an instant neutral field, and hope I'm strong enough to maintain his integrity. Not exactly bear shit to cop, but everyone's safe except for Superman's red, Superman's blue. Equals not dead. He simply passed through. Alive? But it could have been you, and I'm richer too. I see. And judging by that broken window behind you, I guess those trinkets don't belong to you. A tasket, but you have but to ask it. I'll tell you from my casket. And stop. It's so much easier when you understand the bad guys. A solid energy wall should not work. So we got a phaser, in other words.
Essentially, yeah.
Remarkable. Perhaps this inkling hasn't heard that my biomagnetic field should be impenetrable. Oh, there's one more way when there's more than one way to skin a felon, assuming he lives. It's raining. It's boring. Superman is boring. Computers are storing. Gone. I'll call Maggie Story at Police HQ in the morning to see if the SCU has encountered this character before. Without X-ray vision or super hearing, there's not much I can do right now. Just pick up the pieces and go home. Uh-oh, and look who's free!
There you go, technology.
Yep, the unwitting fool carried me from the Promethean galaxy and the circuitry of his containment suit. The indignity of close contact with Superman was almost too much to bear, but it served my purpose of returning to Earth. Now I may transfer my essence throughout the city's power grid until I find a suitable vessel, and then the cyborg will exact its vengeance on Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I do like how they deal with that right away.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not angry, Mr. Bergeron. All I want is for you to confirm ground transportation for Lois Lane from Perth to Mechnesal, Australia. No, I'm headed for Ayers Rock, but but the consulate sent me to you. No, I'm a reporter for the Daily Planet. Look, it's very late here. Can I try you again in the morning? No, Metropolis time. Yes, thank you. Oh, that was totally useless. I wish Clark were back from wherever. I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon. The door! Security alarm's off. Off. Wasn't expecting a home invasion, but I'm not unprepared. Oh, she's holding a pan! Which looks like that's a cast iron. Those could hurt!
Yeah, particularly if Clark is, like, vulnerable at this point.
Yep. Clark! Clark, careful with that. Did you forget I'm not invulnerable anymore? Cling, cling! You said something about invulnerability? I think you found my weak spot. Mm-hmm. What's the idea coming to the door? How do you know, and how do I know it's you without lightning and thunder in the living room? Well, since Jimmy nearly exposed my identity, I figured out to be a little more careful about where I come and go. I touched down in an alley nearby. Unfortunately, I forgot to take an umbrella. You'll forget. You're forgiven on one condition, dare I ask. You can take a shower. Don't they bathe on New Genesis? New Genesis? I suppose they get wet, and I suppose they get wet there as much as anywhere. And then there's Jimmy still biking around, and then more inner gang.
Mm-hmm.
I do like having Jimmy deal with inner gang for once.
Yeah, it's new.
News, don't kill him! News, and he's grabbing him by the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta break. He's behind us. News, you let him go. Mike, look out! Whoa, what are the odds? Maybe the old Olsen luck is back, but I'm not gonna stick around and find out. Again, I do like when they have these little bits that build up that side story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like with Jimmy here. It's just a few pages here and there. Nothing drastic.
Mm-hmm.
And this about your trip. Yes, you know you're. Wow! Look at that car of hers.
Wow.
Nice.
Sideswipe from the old Transformers.
Nah.
It looks like the car. That's him.
Yep. You know, you're lucky you came back before I left. I'm running out of excuses for you at the planet. You've got no idea what I do to protect your job. I do know, and I appreciate it. In fact, I don't know how I managed before. Turning news stories around at super speed is one thing, but my constant absence is, knock it off, Clark. Your job's safe now, and now that your ex-girlfriend's in charge of circulation, I'm the one being sent to Australia on some trumped-up tale of dying Aboriginal tribe predicating the end of the world. Simone Denage may call it journalism, but it's not news. Auto exes usually make headlines, and Simone's not exactly an ex-girlfriend. I'd rather not know the details, thank you. Call her what you want, but to me, she's a traffic tie-up. At least you've got a real excuse for being away from the office. Tell me you missed all this, Clark. There were other things I missed. Ha! Listen to us, talking like you drove to the country. You were in space. Yeah, and yes. Don't you ever get scared? Ever think maybe you won't get back this time? Every time. Steady, Umberto. There's a crew of 15 going to take that module. Keep talking, Gabe. You know I can't. Is that Inkling guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, would ride through the air on a very fine gander. Mm-hmm. Gander. Okay, that's a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And no time to ponder. I'm off to meander. What the? Look out!
So he rhymes pretty much everything.
Yep.
Okay.
Clark, what the? Wait, what? Get a move on! Not as subtle as I would have liked, but I think all eyes were on the traffic. Given the circumstances, what's the alternative? Flight reduces the effect of my magnetic rip. Oh! Again, they keep adding these little details.
Mm-hmm.
But it's enough to avoid disaster. Like, you workers clear the area. Superman, what are you going to do? I'll do my best. Not as much metal in the air as I thought. Superman, that was amazing. And good seeing you were around. What happened? Why did the crane swing out like that? Trouble on the 15th. They said some bone ugly guy came out of nowhere and ran through the site. I mean, really ran through. Did you say getting pretty ugly in there? Shh, I can't hear. Since when don't we use a car service? How do I get to the airport, Barry? Hitch? Lois, calm down. I don't like it any more than you, but the planet needs to trim expenses. How about my travel and my time spent making travel arrangements? Should I bill you? If we all want to stay employed here, frills must be cut. That's the bottom line. Look, wouldn't you prefer Clark took you, or is he still? What was it you said he was doing? Having a tooth cap? Oh yeah, and yesterday you had your car service, and the day before. Excuse-moi, Perry. Have you had a chance to read my email regarding the leader conference times? Menager, I didn't see you. Aren't you gone yet? Sorry, Simone. Perry, seen Lois around? I'm supposed to. Must be the Novocaine, Lois. Come on, Spark. You're my chauffeur to the airport. You and I have been at this a long time, Simone. You know a newspaper hits rough patches like any other business. The plan is a solid enterprise, but this must seem like the beginning of the end to these kids. It grates me telling my staff we can't have everything we used to, but what can I do? It might get worse before it gets better. I won't have any layoff. These people are like family to me, to each other, but my gut still tells me, please let me get out of this. Wait. Yeah. You're still being chased. Yikes! Stop right there. I think you city folks have gone far enough. Oh, the wild guys! Those bikers again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it looks like Superman's going to be dealing with some of the parademons.
Mm-hmm.
And on. Lateef, take him out. But it's dark outside, and you're a big boy, Latif. You'll be fine. And Mom, he's going, Tyrene. He's going. We talked about this, Latif. He's your responsibility. Don't you dare disappoint me. Mom! Yip, 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 yip. Shh, quiet it, Johnny. I'll take you out. Latif Wilson is afraid of the dark. Of course, he knows that makes his mother mad, and that scares him too. A 5-year-old shouldn't have to choose between his fears, but it's okay. He'll never have to make that choice again. Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh! Wait! Oh, kid, you're supposed to have a leash!
Yeah, exactly.
He's just holding him by the collar!
By the way, real quick question. How many issues do we have left this week?
Let me double check. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because I was gonna go eat soon.
I know. I understand. Let me double check.
Okay, no problem.
Probably not that much more. I mean, I could speed through some of the others too. So let me just double check.
I will say I do.
3 more issues. 3 more issues after this.
Okay.
So after this one, 3 more. Because I was getting up to this point. Then next week we'll go. Yep, up through here.
Okay.
Which will include the death of Nixie and the birth of Lena.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I always do these in batches of 9s.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So yeah. Oh no, but yeah, he ran off. Johnny, it's dark. I can't. But Mama said, you're my responsibility. She said, I'm a big boy, and I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they went there.
Where'd that boy go? Latif, Mr. Truman thought he came this way. Oh, the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, then Jimmy dealing with those guys. Inner gang dealing with those bikers. Plot by Louise Simonson, dialogue by Mark Waid. Uh-oh, and look, the side.
Mm-hmm.
Working with what's his name? Edge, Morgan Edge. You wish to roll Enter Gang Edge. We already employ its current leader, Bots Moxie. Why should I help you seize his position? Because Moxie's small time. He wants to exploit Metropolis for gain. I, on the other hand, plan to destroy it. In the process, destroying the soul of its favorite son, Superman. Imagine how rich his anguish would be, Desaad. Excellent point, Earthman. Very well. I shall put a squadron of parademons at your disposal until sundown. They'll be your tool. Succeed, and you'll be treated well. Fail, and prepare yourself for a world of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear. It used to be yours. Now it's mine. In the end, you figure on scaring me? No, I figure on killing you. Keep watching the skies, Moxie. Oh, boy. Did I just hear a boom doom? Great Scott! Parademons in Metropolis! Oh, boy, and even Lex. Oh, look at Lex!
Mm-hmm.
With a gun and everything!
Oh,
let me worry about the riffraff. Brave talk, Lex. The plasma pistol holds only so many charges. We're in trouble if I don't secure something. Oh, he's thinking that to himself. And wait, is she kicking butt while pregnant? She is.
Okay, that makes some type of sense, I guess.
Well, yeah, mother bear instinct.
I see.
I mean, come on, they're surrounded. What's she gonna do? Just let Lex do it all and risk her and the baby getting hurt? Exactly. It's a gamble. Risk hurting the baby while doing it, or guaranteeing getting hurt if she gets skewered. Wasn't surprised to follow these vermin to your office, Luthor. After all, they're attracted to garbage. Interesting. I didn't think you were vulnerable in energy form. This must be a very powerful disruptor. Both of you go. Go. I'll handle this. You heard him, Lex. This way. No, you go. I have to watch. In a fight between Superman and the parademons, I may well be the winner. Oh, and there's Lois. Nice design. Dear Perry, told you it was a bad idea to send me to Australia. Told you story would be boring. I was half right. I was half right. Love, Lois. P.S. Wish you were here. Okay, Lane, think. Jeep thinking. I like how we just jumped to her right Australia and having a Jeep thinking. Which, to be fair, was probably just her driving along, and it being Australia, it naturally has its dangers. It's not like she went looking for it. Hello? Oh. What happened?
I have no idea. I'm down here eating food, so I think when I unplugged my computer, it put me backstage.
Oh. Well, but you did at least hear me, right?
Yeah. I heard you, and yeah.
This is getting real. She didn't come here. She was sent here.
All right. And I will say that is hilarious, Lois, surrounded by alligators. One could hope.
Yeah.
You know me. I have to make my usual dig.
Yep, and then she's rescued by the tribe. I'm here covering the thinning of your tribal rank. Tragic stuff. When your parents first came here, there were over 300,000 Aborigines. Now there are less than half that, and even fewer are full blood. Do you worry that your culture will disappear? What does it matter, Reporter Lane? We will all disappear by joining the spirit world. Basically, it's all getting ready eventually for the Millennium Giants. That's what all this is building up towards. Which is the end of the Electric Blue Saga.
Okay, I see.
Oh boy, just look at this. A parademon invasion. And now they don't have qualms killing these things. Unlike Injustice.
Yep, exactly.
Out of charges. My weapon's useless.
Honestly, wait. Who has qualms killing parademons at this point?
The only time I could ever see that was set up in Superman Batman Generation 3, but that was because they were actually given sentience. In that case, that makes sense. But here, they're mindless. Although I do like how they each have their own unique designs. You notice that?
That is really cool. Yeah, I just noticed that. That is kind of cool.
Except as a bludgeon, away you petted gargoyle. This sunset will not be the last one my wife sees. Agree, Luthor. Maybe if you and I pull together. Wait, pull together. That's it. He's magnetizing them all together. I have many enemies. I'm sure you know, and you know the feeling. Now, if you'll skid along without a thank you, I'll have my men dispose of this riffraff before. Boom! Too late! Another boom tube. And this time it's pulling the parademons in. Oh boy, did he get on. The Luthor that had quite enough of your superfluous stunts today. You achieved nothing that I myself could not have given the time. Dismissed. You're welcome. Contessa, my best to your baby. May I suggest you send the child to a boarding school? Splendid. Luthor's plasma gun, plus a full cache of hair and hairy artillery. Just what I always wanted. Thank you, man. And remember, not a word of this to the sod. The pencher's fool. Sundown. My time is up. He believes that by recalling the parademons, he has punished me. What an idiot. I put Luthor and Moxie on notice. I've had the parademons delivered to me mounds of advanced technology. All in all, a great day. What's my scientist replicate? Okay! I like that he's that smart! That is smart! Asking for one thing, but then using it for something else to his advantage.
There you go. That's a way to do it.
Oh, it's that train thing! Whatever that's called!
Yeah, what is that?
I've seen it before, but I forget what it's called. But I've seen that before. Uh-oh, more was scoring in Ashbury. TJ, dude, check it out. I'm checking, Cass. I'm checking. Like, maybe you and Susie want to take a walk with me, Maddie? Walk? Oh, look, she brought him there as her day to a homecoming.
That's great.
We're here to help decorate the gym for the homecoming dance. It's that scoring guy I saw on TV. You're supposed to bring help, not a pet. Quit and quiet, brainwave. Be nice and apologize. No way. On the other hand, I'm sorry, I've been listening to too much Marilyn Manson. What's the bite? The remarks are rude and callous. For all we know, Sir Tick might very well be a remarkable fellow. I like how some of them call him by his real name.
There you go.
I like this, that there are people around the school who know him and appreciate him.
Well, you would think if he's friends with her, eventually they would meet him.
Yep, and again, this is Metropolis. Of course, this is not the Marvel Universe.
Well, yeah, and Metropolis has seen weirder stuff. I mean, they have Superman now that has electric powers. At this point, it's probably a lot like an average Tuesday for them.
There'll still be some who will freak out, but there'll be others who are like, hey now, let off. Drinking the punch. This punch, someone spiked it. Me get rid of it. I don't think your method of disposal is in keeping with school guidelines, Mr. Saratek. Glug, glug, glug. Saratek is a real sweet guy, but getting employee acclimated to ways will take work. Lots of work. Well, look, and there's Clark. Hey, you cleared? Excuse me, I'm Clark Kent. I'm working on a column for the Daily Planet about today's use. Mind if I speak to you? If you clear with us with the administration? He's okay, Mr. Sarman. He works with my dad. Matter of fact, I had. This is a Sunday edition piece where I take a lighter approach, as opposed to your usual hard investigative journalism. Plenty of room for both. I'm also working on a story detailing the numerous burglaries at LexCorp's biotechnological division. The police have a friend in the press, Kent. True, with some luck, what? The fire alarm. Whoa, our cue to clear out, amigos. So he switches over and charges up. Now, of course, all of this, this is from her point of view. It's like, none of us realized it when Clark Kent ducks out, but there really was breaking news happening in our school. He wrote about it the next day, about how Superman, and he saw Superman rocketing down the hallway. I like this from her perspective. Oh, you still there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just eating. So
right. But that is a good perspective from her point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like their itsy-bitsy good time got all ruined when the big bad old fire started. Breaks my heart, man. They did. Those creeps started the fire. Let me at them. No need. Man, I hate homecoming dances and stuff. I'm down with that. Just a night for a kiss-ups and dweebs. There's something wrong with the car, Nat. I don't know. It is Ryan Strange, isn't it? Nate, we're flying, I know. Ah! This is my lucky day, Charlie. I'm going to sell this American home crime scene video for sure. Bad enough you started a fire, but mixing alcohol and driving, that really burns me up. Long ago, that killed a friend of mine, and I don't want it to have to happen to you or anyone else. Yeah, that was another story they did once. You need to answer for what you've done. You also need some education about substance abuse. See that you get it. Yes, sir, Mr. Superman. Whatever you say, sir. Quite an adventure you had yesterday, Ash. Well, and will the dance still come off as planned? Nothing will stop our dance, Daddy. You're one lucky lady, Ash. Half the country comes to Metropolis hoping to encounter Superman, and almost every one of them goes home empty-handed. You, on the other end, bump into him as often as Kent. Don't know how to explain it. The explanation is that Horn friend of yours. Superman knows he's troubled, so he's keeping an eye on him. Saratek is not trouble. He's my friend, and I'm on up to judge who's good for me and who isn't. Honey, I know you're looking for someone to take care of. It's natural for someone with your own challenges to prove your independence by trying to help someone else with even greater problems. You think you know everything, but you don't. You don't understand and you never will. Honey, please, slam! Oh boy, he and Mom might have been leftist, bleeding heart hippies in their youth, like he joked, but now he's just a crusty old man who's forgotten what it's like to be young. So he went from a leftist to a righty. So that's it for today, people. See you tomorrow. Earth to Ashbury, class is over. Huh? Oh, Oh, you have the most acute sense of hearing I've ever encountered. What's wrong? Nothing, if you don't mind living with a dictator like my father. Trouble at home? Nah, just World War III. He cheats me like a China doll. Like I'll break into a bazillion pieces if something bad happens just because I'm sightless. I'm sure he wants what's best for you. He doubtlessly sees what I do, which is one of the most astounding, accomplished young ladies who ever walked these halls. You can be an artist, lawyer, doctor, even an astronaut. Wow, can you imagine flying in a space shuttle? As a matter of fact, yes. Oh boy, and he meets up with perhaps next time, Mr. Armstrong. What gives? Ashbury's in any trouble, is she? Hardly. She doesn't even know I'm here. Mr. Armstrong, your daughter is a remarkable young lady, capable of achieving most anything she sets her mind to. She needs you to have a little more faith in her. Give her some more room to breathe. You a parent? No? Then you don't know how disturbing it is to have your kid hanging out with an inhuman freak. Typical. Just the Neanderthal response I expected. I should have known that neither you or anyone else in the city could be able to expand our narrow view of humanity. Kind of specific was that?
Yeah.
Okay, people, listen up. We've been forced to take part in a civic project. Somebody forced you? No way. You may know that Superman's Appreciation Day is coming up. Each of you is expected to do a piece commemorating that questionable day, and the winner gets to meet Superman. Cool, sweet. What's the deal, Mr. S? You don't like the idea? True artists don't do what they're told. They do what they feel. Some consider Superman a fascist extremist who solves problems with violence instead of reason. Whoa, I liked him better in his old red suit and red cape. Can I draw him in that? How about a piece where he reigns over those four losers who pretended to be Superman after he died? Brilliant! It may be possible to say more about Superman by not drawing or sculpting a piece with him in it. Huh? Yeah, like a poster that just shows all the ordinary people whose lives he saved. You'd have to fit everyone in the world into one shot, Ash. You see, Superman as a savior, and as a savior, Madeline, I say we should honor explorers and researchers, not someone who solves problems only with force. That's kind of harsh, Mr. Sorman. Think, have you ever heard about Superman actually rehabilitating a fallen soul that he's beaten? Has he ever once allowed someone to make up for the evil he'd done to live a normal life? What's up with him? I'll need to see your primary sketches tomorrow. Now get out. Oh, but then you see I'm working on all this, but then he sculpts. Look at his hands.
Oh boy.
Look what he sculpted.
Oh, I see.
He sculpted the Cyborg Superman decking Superman, and he worked the flesh right off his hands too. In fact, they look like the Cyborg's hand. Alien, how did you find me? When I tallied up the equipment missing from Lex Tech, I realized someone was trying to make a machine more human. I knew you had been in the city, so I sent out a low-level energy wave until I sensed your presence. Out!
Okay, can I say, all the Cyborg Superman stuff is so freaking cool.
It's doing something fresh with him!
Yes, I love it.
Yep, and it's still Jurgens writing this!
Credit is due.
I only wanted a normal life, and like any normal man, you stripped me of my only remaining dream. You're welcome to live a normal life after you've answered for your crimes. Please, Superman, he isn't what you think he is. Mr. Sorman's a good man. No, Ashbury. He destroyed Coast City and killed millions. But that's not the man I know. That's not the man he is now. He doesn't want to hear the truth, girl. He wants me dead.
Thank you. Finally, instead of like, folks are, no, he's a good guy. Let's hope even Superman's like, he nuked a city.
Exactly. Not another step, Henshaw, or please, no more fighting. I said freeze. This energy grid will hold you. Yeah! Get behind me. Mr. Sorman, what did you do to him? His name's Henshaw, and he's gone. I thought that energy grid would hold him. Stay here. I have to scout the area. But all of us like Mr. Sorman. Will I ever see him again? If you're lucky, no. Today won't have anything to remember him by. Except this. My dad's right. Maybe I'm always on the lookout for those less fortunate me because I identify with them. But I miss Mr. Sorman. Uh-oh! Look where he hid!
She's got a dope action figure.
But he's hiding in there!
So it's essential. Wait, Cyborg is hiding in there.
So I think that was a little bit of metal or tech hit in there
I was about to say
probably from his hands when he was working on it.
Okay, because I was about to say it would have to in order for him to hide in there, right?
Right, but they said probably from his hands while he was working on it, because they said he worked his hands to the bone, and that body was made of tech.
Okay, that makes a lot more
sense. So it
sense.
probably got mixed in with the clay. Is this the last one? Nope, two more. Don't worry, I can skim through these ones. But again, yeah, these Cyborg Superman stories have been good. Somebody stop Superman. He's killing the parasite. Okay, everyone, this is a stick-up, courtesy of Inner Gang. Never get away. Yeah, look at this, though. You're ready to rob Star Labs. Mensa. Where's Mensa? Is she all right? Odd color for bullets. Some sort of ceramic. Unbelievable. They're made out of bone. Given what he was giving out his hand shapeshift, that makes sense. Oh, boy. I got everything, Torture. Well, put it back. I can't do that, ma'am. Then allow me. Don't you understand? We're doing important genetic research here. If you try to walk out here with that equipment and the guards will stop, yay! Oh, they light everything on fire. You're right, Torture. Like always, but you just cut us from our only way out. We got our own way out, Roughhouse. And Roughhouse, you got this? Come on, use your head. Oh, yeah. Okay. Luckily, my fire over at Ashbury School yesterday. Nothing major, thank God. Luckily, my daughter's friend, Maddie, her father manages the Centennial Hotel, so, Clark, you still with me, Clark? I know my home life isn't as highly charged as my opinion pieces, but, sorry, Dirk, didn't sleep very well last night, I guess. Well, that happens when first-time newlyweds are separated. Don't worry, Lois will be back soon. Not soon enough. Oh, getting a neck rub from Simone! Oh, boy, Simone, really? Simone, boy. I almost thought you were Lois. You know she's my wife. Yes, and you have the most annoying habit of reminding me. I can make you forget all about her.
Don't worry, Simone. His wife is annoying.
I'll be honest, though. This is more annoying. She's already more annoying than even Kat was with the boob job, and when Jeff Jones brought her.
That was hilarious.
But that was hilarious. This is just like, you tramp.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially because she's the one who sent Lois away. That makes it even worse. Kent, body been found in suicide slum. The SU's on the case. I want to know why, and I want to know now. You got it, Perry. We'll have to continue our discussion later, Simone. In private, I hope. Trip, how's the beats on the morning Lex Core robbery coming? Nearly done. Looks like another perfectly executed Inner Gang job. Oh, boy. But again, this Simone, what a bitch. Like, you idiots, can't you do nothing right? First you let Olsen slip away. A big chance to get Superman dancing to Inner Gangs too. And now all the stuff you lifted from Lex Core is busted because someone got the bright idea to walk through a wall. Oh, jeez. It was Torture's idea, though. You know, Moxie, this stuff's not that bad. All it needs is a little and some duct tape. Duct tape fixes everything. But if the equipment's calibrations are off even slightly, the results will be totally unpredictable. All the better. Debbie Donovan isn't working and interested in boldly going where others have already gone. Can't stand the heat? Go take candy from a baby. That's what I say. I see your point, but you credited your rejection of accepted scientific practices for your amazing leaps forward in genetic. Now ain't the time to start no all-night conversations, doll. You served your purpose. Noose, finisher. No, wait, I can help you. Help Donovan. I'm Lucy's top geneticist. Oh, you are, huh? What are you and worse to him? Inner Gang! And how dare they dare attack they dare anyone attack me in broad daylight in my city? Temper, Lex dear. At least it wasn't your company those street things and thugs pillaged. I'm the one in charge of LexCorp after all. Or is that another sore spot? Not for much longer, especially if you arrange this, Erica. Yes, why else would you remain so calm? My own husband doesn't trust me. I'm flattered. But no fool. My bloodline runs through the most powerful families and organizations in the world, LexCorp included. Once I birthed this child, I would never attack my company merely to humiliate you, darling, only to destroy you. You amuse me, Erica, and I admire your ambition, but make no mistake. Any hold you think you have over LexCorp or my heir is only temporary. Darling, is that a threat? I'm chilled. I gotta say, I do like Contessa being a woman who could actually rile up Lex.
Yeah, that's
right.
Cool.
She's also
there are people who could do that,
but she's also underestimating his ruthlessness. Trust me on this. She is. There's one thing she is, and Lex is clearly waiting on that she is not would never expect him to do.
Yeah.
Mr. Luthor, Mensa, Intergang wants to meet with you and to arrange a trade for me. Please do not notify the authorities. Of course, my dear. Rest assured, I wouldn't dream of involving the police. And this is how they found him in the middle of the lot. No tracks, no blood trail. Pretty strange, huh, Inspector Sawyer? That's why you called him that's why we called him your special crimes unit. It's all yours now. Not much for Toby and me getting away this weekend. And what's your gut tell you, Dan? And my gut's fine, Maggie. It's my skin that's crawling, and this stinks of super weirdies and worse. We're going to need all the help the good Lord can give us on this. Wah! Superman! Saints and sinners, I ain't never gonna get used to your new way of getting around. Sorry, Inspector Turpin. If it's any help, I don't know if I'll ever get used to it either. But I had to stop by when I heard about the unit that a unit trained to handle supervillains was called in about a routine homicide. Don't know if I call any homicide routine, Big Blue, but this one is different. You're welcome to look. I've seen worse. Hard as this is to imagine. Good Lord. That Trip Wilson, or what's left of him, Emmy says whatever tore him apart had super strength and amazingly powerful jaws. And I say it ain't no animal except maybe one walking on two legs. That's the only kind that could do this. Which means our killer might be watching us right now. It was the parasite!
I love that design for Parasite.
The monstrous look. No control. Don't want to. What is happening? My God, get back, Dan. Get everyone back. Maggie, what just happened? Parasite, is he alive? Barely. We'll take care of it. If it's anything just keep your distance, Big Blue. Wouldn't get too close to anyone right now if I were you. So we ended up draining him. Listen, everyone, whatever happens, over. It's under control. There's no need to worry. Maybe you better find out a lot more about your new powers. You do that to a civilian, I'll have to come after you. And that's the last thing I want is things getting worse in this town. I want to thank you for coming, Mr. Luthor, and for respecting my wishes to handle this privately. Seeing as how we're the two real powers in this burg, and as a sign of good faith, I was thinking we could work on a first-name basis. No! I'm not here to negotiate, Moxie. I only do things my way. That ain't a good idea, Luthor. Disrespecting me like that. Guess I gotta teach you a few things. Gun! And that's the name, fella. Machine gun. Here's why. Well, at least I know how you do business, Moxie. But I'll give you one more chance. That's supposed to be funny? Mike, take the dame for a walk. Looks like I gotta show Luthor the seriousness of his situation. I like you, Luthor. I really do. Hate to have to kill you, what with your baby coming and all. And got a son of my own, you understand? So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna get Intergang whatever we need. Supplies, equipment, the whole 9 yards. You help us or you get hurt. Like that. Huh? All right, Moxie. We'll do this your way. You funeral punk. Got any idea who you're dealing with? Do you? Son of a bit of... I love this! Lex kicking ass!
Yeah, I love that.
Looks like you're having a little trouble with it. Here, let me help. Go ahead. Shoot! Shoot! Or do we have an understanding, Moxie? Show me some of your good faith, or I'll pull the damn trigger myself! Hey, Mike, come back. He's back here. There's something needs doing. Softer beat, boss. From the way things sounded. Come on, lady. Boss? And geez, what happened? Business, Mike. Just business. Nothing personal. Bang! Very good. Now then, you'll stay in control of Entergame, Moxie. Answerable only to me, of course. Lexcorp will covertly supply all your needs in return for a modest percentage of the profit. You'll find I deal fairly with those who are loyal to me and harshly with those who aren't. Which brings us to you, my dear. Still alive, thanks to Mr. Luthor. He saved me, even though a gun battle killed his 2 bodyguards and 1 member of Intergang. Quite confident Intergang will leave Lexcorp alone from now on. I only hope Metropolis doesn't pay the same price to be rid of those scum once and for all. Please, no more questions. After what happened tonight, I just want to be home with my wife. How touching. Tell me, you sentimental fool, what did it take to buy off the doctor? Less than nothing. All Mensa wanted was access to Donovan, a chance to learn what he knows. She has some misguided notion about balancing off what she does by helping humanity. The important thing is, this is another step towards my regaining complete control over Metropolis. After all, a good father must do whatever it takes to make the world a better place for his child. But now his powers are acting up, and now he's wondering, will he hurt anyone else? Last issue. Superman in chains. Lois in jail and scoring in love.
Lois is in jail? Sweet. Honestly, Robert, if you didn't give me that reaction, I wouldn't do it. So it's really your own fault.
I know. Hey, I still make fun of you on other regards, though.
I know.
And I'm still putting you up with this during the newlywed era still.
I endure.
And besides, I still had to put you through Whom Gods Destroy.
Yeah, and that in itself is like a war crime.
I think I've earned a few punches from you, though, for that.
Well, in my defense, in your defense, at least I had Tevia with me to also suffer.
Exactly. Like I say, this is not the best, but it is far from the worst. It has some really good, but some of the other stuff is a little snore fest, but it's not as bad as that first arc, after he got the costume, where, we had the first half that was very good, and the second half that was a snore fest. This one's a roller coaster.
This grouping is awesome. The Cyborg Superman stuff is awesome.
Oh, yeah, that was the best part, but then some of this Intergang stuff, The Mainframe stuff was definitely the weakest part, though, that first issue. But yeah, look, the Homecoming 97. Thank you, Score. Make way, please. Ashbury Armstrong and her handsome escort coming through. Ash, it's too bad mere words can't describe Peggy Bancroft date to die for, and her boyfriend's cute too. Can't use the play-by-play girl, and can't use the play-by-play girls. I need details. I'm lucky I'm even here. My dad was a hard sell. The harder they come, he thinks that's going to be spiked again! Hey, you better not be rocking some other girl's world. Uh-oh, ka-choom! Oh, crap! Everyone stay calm. Ashbury okay? Sure, I'll live. What's going on? Not Gordon's fault. Promise. The building's on fire! Look out! Try! Watch out! Bad news. People run. People panic. An explosion at the Centennial Hotel. This certainly changes my plans for the evening. Nothing I can't handle. Whoever did this was a pro. The blast has weakened the upper floors enough to threaten, but not to the collapse. Yet. I almost got... What? Feel fading away. Mr. Draper? And everything's in order. Have a good flight. Superman, welcome. You may recognize my face. Surely recognize my method. Destra! No idea what this guy is. No longer. My program interface may be identified as Locksmith. You provided me with an unusual challenge each time we meet, Superman. Traps are my talent, not quantized radiant energy. However, I cannot resist building the device which delivered you here, as well as the energy hobble which you find yourself in. So this is the Locksmith. I think I've heard of him. By the way, you know what a villain that Peak and I realized is an incredible villain that should be used more? The Key! The Key!
Oh yeah.
He's a great villain!
He's awesome.
But he's so underutilized.
Wasn't he in Grant Morrison's JLA at one point?
Yes. Yeah,
and I say that's where I knew him from.
He's a great villain to either be the kickoff villain or the secret mastermind. He works either way. You know what I mean by that? Is either the kickoff villain, the villain that gets the ball rolling, or to be the secret mastermind. And I could see him in a movie. Maybe not a Superman movie, but some DC movie. Because he's perfect for any of them.
Yeah, he is.
Yep. You want to what? I need one-way transport to Paris. You must have heard of it. It's in your country. That's right. Sure, and that's right. It sure ain't America. What makes you think you're prepared for the dangers of the outback, Missy? Did you ever get a driver's license? Yeah, Lois Lane, Metropolis. You ain't the daughter of Sam Lane, are you? Oh, yes. You know my father? I reckon read a blue beret from Yemen who don't remember Iron Guts Lane. You just tell Hugh Hillsmith where you're headed, and I'll take you there myself. Thanks. Sam and me were on a UN peacekeepers in the mid-'60s, stationed the Arbal al-Kul, no man's land in Saudi Arabia. You were just a babe when your old man and held onto your photo like it were his last breath. You've grown into a healthy young filly, that's cert. Calamity! What the? Now again, see, this is a case of her trouble finding her for whatever reason. Nope. I could phase in my human form if that camera wasn't recording every movement. I pride myself on quality materials. Keep them distracted while I try a massive pulse of energy. Force on execution. Ah! Positive feedback loop, Superman. And energy you expend from... Okay, I do like it. The guy's a master of traps. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, we have these three subplots going on. We're having Scorn trying to help everyone else, and uh-oh! He saved all those people! There's only two of us. How long we got? 2-3 feet. Human joke! Actually, I'm disappointed, Superman. Not to expect you to have escaped, but rather that you haven't made more of an effort. Effort isn't always physical. I like to think I don't make the same mistake twice. When it comes to manipulating energy, I may not have your experience or expertise. The monitor system failing. Hell, after all, I'm pretty new at this kind of thing. But when you pit man against machine, engaging backup processing engine, and wouldn't you bet on the living? You awaken, Miss Lane. I am pleased. Who? You do not know me? Blame the infernal device I must wear on my throat. This shameful millstone that allows me to speak at all. But if you do not recognize me, perhaps you know my face, the face of death. Rashib Naga, but Interpol, they arrested you. The authorities mean nothing to a man of my influence. But you deserve my personal attention. You and your husband Kent have caused my family much dishonor. This day shall see the beginning of the end. First, you can't get away with it. I'm an American citizen. Once the planet finds out, our government will do nothing, Miss Lane. Do you think I have not taken precaution? My brother Nazir brought you into our life, and he is a thorn I must endure. But today, I will take away your sting. So why come all the way to Australia to find me? On the table, my bag, my GPS device my dad gave me. Your efforts to discover your whereabouts are transparent. I will ask the questions. And shall we proceed? Confused, Locksmith? I've been absorbing all the energy I could from your machine. I couldn't know if I could contain it all before I did this! Your positive feedback loop only works if I expend energy. You yourself gave me the clue to escape. Did you want to lose? I haven't lost, Superman. Not until I'm caught. Initiate jump-off sequence. So, yep, teleported. He flies out of there. They're trying to help, like, Squirt is sorry about the suit. That's almost funny, considering we're probably not going to make it out of here to return it. I want to tell you something, though. This is kind of hard. Being friends with you has been real cool and probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. What I'm trying to say is, well, what's happening? Superman helps them out. Okay, Draper, I'm putting my foot down on you working. Are you working or on vacation? Sorry, Carla. I'm just about finishing reviewing these company reports. They're done. Draper Industry will wait. Uh-huh. Right. Are you sure you're not concocting some brilliant trap? It's been a while since you've given your alter ego a workout. Oh, so he's Locksmith working from a distance.
That makes sense. It's very James Bondy.
Yep. Who's there? Do you know what time it is? Sam Lane, this is Hugh Hellsmith, mate. I got some bad news for ya. And Susie, and that you? Oh my God, I thought you. We Bertowskis are a tough breed. So yeah, they're all happy. It seems these kids' party took place on a bad night. Lucky you were there to save some of them. Superman. With my help, the police will investigate the cause of the fire. It's not always easy to do the right thing. You sacrificed yourself up there to take an exceptional quality. I'm proud of you, Scorn. I'm glad we're on the same side. I don't think Dirk Armstrong realized what a good judge of character his daughter is. You're a hero. Hey, Scorn, I guess if Superman calls you one, then you must be. I think a hot shower and about 12 hours sleep is in order. Oh, Sam? Kent, I was beginning to think you went AWOL on me. Don't worry about packing. I got both of us outfitted. I'll debrief you on the way to the airport. Get in gear, Kent. We got to save my little girl. So, how was this batch?
I liked it. It was pretty. I gotta be honest. Cyborg Superman part were my absolute favorite.
They were, and that's saying a lot for you, right?
All of the blue stuff, all the Superman blue stuff that we covered this entire series so far, this is my favorite. Because I'm sorry, it's badass when Cyborg Superman can control even part of the source wall.
Definitely, that was the best part. And I gotta say, I'm interested where this is going with Lois being captured and Sam Lane getting Kent to come with them.
She's always captured.
But in this case, we don't know what. I don't know who this guy is. I think this guy was from the honeymoon storyline.
Okay, I see.
So yeah, this is someone who's after Lois specifically for what happened. But overall, yeah, the Cyborg Superman stuff was great. Him trying to live a normal life, but at the same time, it's made very clear. It's like he killed people. He should get a normal life after he's paid for what he did.
Mm-hmm.
You can't ignore that. But I did like that, though. Up until towards the end when he became more blatantly obvious, he wasn't bad as being, this nice teacher.
Yeah,
I got one.
I dug that.
How did Superman know he was back? That was the big stretch. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden there was like...
he knew? It's like, how did he know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that was good. And again, there's just so much, there was just so much in here to like. And there's still all these plots, like the Jimmy plot is still going.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say about that? That Jimmy plot is a prime example of this era at its best. Just little movements that eventually meet up.
I gotta be honest, sometimes it feels like those little movements go on way too long.
Sometimes they do, but I think it's a case where they're trying.
Because with this, I'm just like, just wrap up the damn Jimmy story.
True, but trust me, we got a bit more. Remember that girl from way in the beginning of this with the that hologram girl?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever her name was, the girl you liked, her design and everything.
Yeah.
She's going to be meeting up with Jimmy and crushing on him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have this going on. Scorn is still one of my favorite aspects too. He's just such a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Parasite's been getting a lot of mileage throughout this era. Have you noticed that?
Parasite is one of those villains that they really need to use more, because the great thing about Parasite is Superman can't directly punch him.
Well, theoretically he can if he absorbs enough.
He'll find a way, but my point is that they should use more of the villains that require Superman to use more of a super intelligence.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, granted, you can still have Luthor be involved with Brain and with Parasite. There's no issue there.
Exactly.
Because you need a brains for Parasite. You can't just have him be the dumb muscle. But yeah, again, the artwork's been phenomenal, hasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The artwork is solid.
Again, though, I just don't get why people hate this era.
Again, it's because I think that the problem is that people really hate the 90s era of comics. It's not necessarily...
But even during the 90s, I'm not talking about retroactive. I'm saying even when this came out, people hated it.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of funny when you told me we were going to cover Electric Blue Superman, and I remember this is coming from someone that didn't even grow up at that time period. So this is like a lot of the stuff I'm reading for the first time. And I'm like, why do people not like this? This is actually some pretty damn good Superman stories.
I still remember there was a point where people said Bendis was better than this. There was a point where people said that.
No.
I'm just like, really? No!
I'm like, go reread some
of
that.
People were saying Bendis was the worst, or it was either that or people said Bendis was the worst since Electric Blue. But even then, it's like, no.
No, people need to reread Bendis in order to before they.
I still say Bendis is still better than the CRL era. That was just boring.
What was CRL?
That was the replacement for the Linda Danvers Supergirl, who claimed that she was Superman's daughter. That was the interim between Linda and Kara's return.
Yeah, that sounds boring. That sounds boring.
Now eventually led up to this time traveling story, but it's when you have guys like Steven Seagal writing it, who's good at doing Wildstorm type of books or Vertigo type books, not good at doing Superman. And you can tell Joe Casey and Joe Kelly were burning out by that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like that. At least I would say Bendis was still better because Bendis was at least entertainingly bad, but still entertaining. Give me entertainingly bad over boring any day.
The part where Bendis lost me is where he revisited. No, here's why Krypton exploded. It was Rogol Zar.
I hate it. And then Rogol Zar destroy Kandor.
Yeah, I was like, can we
again, Kandor's destroyed.
Yeah, but not only that, I'm like, can we stop revisiting the Superman origin and trying to change the Superman origin? And the other thing that I really didn't like, and this is more onto his style as a writer, is like where Superman falls into a store and some people are commenting that he's wearing the trunks. And I'm like, I get it, but the people wouldn't comment on that. They'd be like, oh.
No, they wouldn't. Not maybe the first time. Like think, oh, he brought the trunks back, but you wouldn't keep doing it.
And he did, and I'm like, no.
There's only one thing from Bendis I will give him props for, and that was he gave us a good character with that fire chief character who was going to run for office, and then killed her off, and I actually felt bad. I was like, oh, I actually felt something for a side character for once that he introduced. Because I liked her. She was a good, endearing character. I felt like she could be the next Maggie Sawyer, and then he killed her off. That felt like, oh, that hurt, Bendis. That hurt. That's probably one of the few good things I would give him that he gave me a good emotional reaction that it annoyed me, but it was a good annoyance. So, yeah, we got about 1, 2, 3 more chunks to go. But yeah, thank you for joining me on this one, Jared. Thanks to everyone else. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
See you.